Welcome to English Made Easy. Learn through stories. In today's English lesson, we will start with an English story and then explain a few words and phrases from the story to help improve your vocabulary. Let's get started. Mountain Friends. Chapter 1. The Traveler's Dilemma. Once there was a young traveler. He had a big backpack. His name was Sam. Sam was walking in big mountains. It was cold and windy. The sky was blue and clear. Sam saw a deer on the path. The deer was not moving much. It looked painful. Sam went near. He saw the deer's leg was hurt. "Oh no, what happened to you?" Sam asked. The deer looked at Sam. It seemed scared but did not run. Sam thought, "I must help this deer." He felt sad for the deer. Sam took out his water bottle. He gave water to the deer. The deer drank slowly. Sam found a cave near the path. He said to the deer, "Let's go here. You can be safe." Sam helped the deer to the cave. The cave was dry and warm. "I will come back to help more," Sam said to the deer. The deer looked at Sam. It seemed to understand. Sam felt happy to help. He started walking again to finish his trip, but he knew he would come back. Chapter 2. Shelter in the Mountains. In the cave, the deer lay down. It felt safe but still a little scary. The deer's leg hurts less now. It rested and looked around. After some time, the deer heard small sounds. A rabbit came into the cave. The rabbit had big eyes and soft fur. It saw the deer and stopped. "Hello," said the rabbit. "Who are you?" "I am a deer," said the deer. "I hurt my leg. A kind traveler helped me." The rabbit came closer. "I am Ruby," said the rabbit. "This cave is safe. You can stay here." The deer felt happy to have a friend. "Thank you, Ruby," said the deer. Later, a loud noise came. It was a bear. The bear was big and strong. He looked at the deer. "Who is this?" asked the bear. Ruby said, "This is a new friend. The deer is hurt." The bear nodded. "I am Ben," he said. "You can stay here. We will help you." The deer felt safer now. It had two new friends. Then they heard a whoosh from above. An eagle landed at the cave entrance. "What is happening here?" asked the eagle. Ruby told the eagle about the deer. "This is Eagle Ed," said Ruby to the deer. "Hello," said the eagle. "You are welcome here." Now the deer felt even better. It had many friends. They all talked and felt happy together. The deer thought, "I am lucky to find such good friends." Chapter 3. Bonds of the Mountain. The deer started to feel better every day. It liked the cave. Ruby, Ben, and Eagle Ed were good friends. They all lived together in the mountains. One morning, Ruby hopped around the cave. "Let's find food together," said Ruby. Ben stretched his big arms. "Good idea, Ruby. We can help each other." Eagle Ed flapped his wings. "I can see far. I will look from the sky." The deer felt happy. "Thank you, friends. I can walk better now. I will come too." They all went out of the cave. The sun was bright. The air was fresh. Eagle Ed flew up high. "I see berries," he shouted from the sky. "Follow me." Ben said, "I will pick the berries. My arms are long." Ruby jumped up and down. "I will look for carrots." The deer walked slowly to the berries. "I can help too. I will carry the berries." They all worked together. Ben picked a lot of berries. Ruby found many carrots. The deer carried the food. Eagle Ed watched for danger from the sky. When they came back to the cave, they were all very happy. They had lots of food. "We are a good team," said Ben. "Yes, we help each other," said Ruby. Eagle Ed nodded. "We are safe and strong together." They ate together and felt very happy. They were not just friends. They were like a family. Chapter 4. The Eagle's Predicament. One day, the sky was dark with clouds. A big storm was coming. Eagle Ed was flying high as usual. Suddenly, a strong wind came. "Oh no!" shouted Eagle Ed. The wind was too strong. It pushed him hard. Eagle Ed tried to fly back to the cave, but the wind hurt his wing. "Help! My wing!" he cried as he fell down near the cave. Ben heard him and ran out. "Ed, are you okay?" asked Ben. "My wing, it hurts a lot," said Eagle Ed. He looked very sad and in pain. Ruby and the deer came out too. "What happened?" asked Ruby. "The storm. It hurt my wing. I can't fly now," Eagle Ed told them. The deer said, "Don't worry, Ed. We will take care of you like you always look out for us." Ben gently helped Eagle Ed into the cave. "You rest now. We will find food," said Ben. "But I always find food from the sky," said Eagle Ed, feeling upset. Ruby hopped closer. "We can still find food. I know where you saw berries and carrots." The deer nodded. "And I'm stronger now. I can help carry more food." Ben patted Eagle Ed. "We are here for you. You rest and get better." Eagle Ed felt a little better. "Thank you, friends. I am lucky to have you." The storm passed, and Eagle Ed watched from the cave as his friends went to gather food. They worked together, finding berries and carrots. Ben did the heavy lifting, Ruby guided them to the best spots, and the deer helped carry the food back. When they returned, they all shared the food. Eagle Ed said, "I may not fly now, but I see I have the best friends right here on the ground." They all smiled and ate together, happy to be there for each other. Chapter 5. The Search for Sustenance. Days went by, and Eagle Ed's wing was still not better. The friends had to find a new way to get food without Ed's help from the sky. One morning, Ben looked worried. "We need more food," he said. "The food we have will not last long." Ruby nodded. "Let's go farther today. We might find more." The deer was ready too. "I can walk well now. I will go with you." They all left the cave together. Ben led the way with Ruby hopping by his side, and the deer followed. As they walked, Ruby said, "Let's check the old apple tree. It might have some apples now." They reached the tree, but there were no apples. "Oh no," said the deer. "What do we do now?" Ben thought for a moment. "Let's go to the stream. There may be some plants or even fish." They walked to the stream. It was a bit far, but they finally got there. Ben tried to catch some fish, but it was hard without Ed's help. "I can't see the fish well from here," Ben said, feeling sad. Ruby looked around. "I will find some plants. Stay here." She found some wild carrots and a few berries. "Here, I found something," Ruby called out. The deer helped gather the plants. "Good work, Ruby," said the deer. They went back to the cave with what little they had found. It was not much. Eagle Ed saw them coming. "Did you find food?" he asked, hoping. Ben shook his head. "Not much. It's hard without your eyes in the sky." Eagle Ed felt sad. "I wish I could help more." Ruby hopped closer. "Don't worry, Ed. We will keep trying. We are all in this together." The deer added, "Yes, we are a team. We will find a way." They shared the little food they had. It was not enough, but their hope and friendship made them feel a bit better. They knew they had to keep trying, no matter what. Chapter 6. The Ultimate Test. The next day, the food was almost gone. All the friends felt very hungry. They sat in the cave thinking. Ben looked at his friends. "We need to do something. We cannot go on like this," he said, his voice low. Ruby was quiet. Then she said, Maybe I can go farther into the forest. I might find more food there." The deer shook its head. "It's too dangerous alone, Ruby. We should stick together." Eagle Ed was quiet for a long time. Then he spoke. "Friends, I have an idea, but it's a big one." They all looked at Ed, waiting. "I cannot fly and help," said Ed. "But I can do something else. I can be the one who helps in another way." Ben understood first. "No, Ed. We can't do that. We can't think like that." Ruby hopped closer to Ed. "You mean you want to let us No, Ed. You are our friend. Eagle Ed looked at each of them. I am not much use now. This way I can help more. You can find help if you are not so hungry. Ben growled softly. Ed, you are much use. You are our friend. That is the biggest use. Ruby nodded. Yes, we stick together. We don't hurt each other. We will go out again. All of us, together. The deer added, Let's try new places. We can do this. As a team. Eagle Ed saw the love in his friend's eyes. He felt a tear in his eye. Thank you, friends. Let's try again. Together. Chapter 7. A Twist of Fate. The next morning, the friends woke up early. They were ready to try again. They left the cave together, feeling strong as a team. Ben led the way. Let's check the north side of the forest today, he said. Ruby hopped beside him. Yes, let's find new places. The deer followed, looking around carefully. We will find food today. I can feel it. Eagle Ed, still unable to fly, walked with them. He felt hopeful because his friends were by his side. As they searched, the sun got higher and warmer. They walked for a long time but found little food. Suddenly they heard a noise. It was a different sound. What is that? Asked Ruby, looking around. They saw people coming towards them. It was a group of hikers. The hikers stopped when they saw the animals. One of them, a woman, spoke softly. Look at these beautiful animals. And one seems hurt. The hikers had food. They gave some to Ben, Ruby, the deer, and Eagle Ed. The animals ate happily. It was the most food they had seen in days. One hiker, who knew a lot about animals, looked at Eagle Ed's wing. This eagle needs help, he said. I know a place where they help hurt animals. We can take him there. The friends looked at each other. Eagle Ed said, Maybe that's a good idea. I can get better and fly again. Ben nodded. We will miss you, but it's best for you. Ruby hopped up. We want you to be strong and fly again. The deer touched Ed with its nose. Go and get better. We are always your family. The hikers carefully took Eagle Ed with them. The animals watched him leave, feeling sad but happy too. Ed was going to get the help he needed. Ben turned to his friends. Let's go back home. We have more food now, and Ed will be okay. They walked back to the cave, feeling a mix of sadness and hope. They had lost a friend for a little while, but they had also found kindness in unexpected places. They reached the cave and shared the food. They were together, and they were strong. We will see Ed again soon, said Ruby, and he will fly back to us. Soon Ed flew back feeling stronger and better than ever. They felt thankful for the help they received that day. It was a day of hope and new beginnings. The end. The story is aligned with the A1 level of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, CEFR, which is the beginner level. Here are 5 words and phrases from the story, explained with their meanings and examples both from the story and real-life scenarios. 1. Predicament. Meaning: a difficult, unpleasant, or embarrassing situation. Example in story: Eagle Ed's predicament with his injured wing left him unable to fly and find food for the group. Real-life example: finding yourself without an umbrella in a sudden rainstorm is a common predicament. 2. Huddle. Meaning: to gather together closely, usually to share warmth, comfort, or in discussion. Example in story: the friends huddled together in the cave, discussing their plan to find more food. Real-life example: football players often huddle to discuss the next play, ensuring privacy and clarity among the team. 3. Forage. Meaning: to search widely for food or provisions. Example in story: Ruby decided to forage for wild carrots and berries when the food was running low. Real-life example: a squirrel foraging for nuts in the fall, storing them for the winter. 4. Companionship. Meaning: a feeling of fellowship or friendship with others. Example in story: Despite the difficulties, the deer felt the warmth of companionship with Ben, Ruby, and Eagle Ed. Real-life example. Many people find companionship in their pets, appreciating the mutual affection and company they provide. 5. Resolve. Meaning: to decide firmly on a course of action. Example in story. With resolve, the deer decided it would join the others in their search for food, despite its initial hesitation. Real-life example. A student may resolve to study harder after receiving a disappointing grade, setting a firm plan to improve. These words and phrases enhance the narrative by depicting the characters' interactions and emotions, and they are also commonly used in everyday language to describe similar situations or actions. Here are 3 things the reader can learn from the story. 1. The value of teamwork. 2. The importance of compassion and help. 3. Resilience in facing adversity. This story and voiceover have been provided by English Made Easy. Learn through stories. Copying or re-uploading is strictly prohibited.